In a glorious display of unity this morning, thousands of women farmers assembled at the Shambu border to celebrate International Women's Day. As the farmers' protests against the Modi government continue, the women marched in a huge throng, waving banners and flags in support of the protest. Their presence was designed to send a clear message to the Indian government that support for the protest was both diverse and widely supported, as this morning's march demonstrated. Contrary to a fake narrative aggressively spread by the BJP's huge online Hindutva Nationalist army, who have tried to label the protest as primarily propped up by what they call Khalistani terrorists, the Women's March has now shown both India and the rest of the world that the farmers' protest enjoys widespread support and genuine credibility across the country over the farmers' genuine concerns over their livelihoods. But the hugely attended march was also intended to highlight women's rights and particularly focus on issues such as gender equality, reproductive rights, and violence and abuse against women. Originally born of the universal female suffrage movement, International Women's Day originated from labour movements in North America and Europe during the early 20th century. But in recent years, and particularly since the rise to power of the BJP and RSS extremism, treatment of women in India has become an issue of international concern. Mass attacks and gang rapes of women in India have hit international headlines on several occasions over the past few years, shocking both Western democracies but also human rights organisations across the world. Only this week, Indian police arrested 5 more men in connection with a gang rape of a Spanish tourist, taking the total detainees to 8. The attack on the woman who was on a motorbike trip with her husband took place last week in Dumka district in the eastern Indian state of Jharkhand, where the couple were camping. Violence and mistreatment of women has become endemic across the subcontinent, rising nearly 30% since 2016. The majority of the cases in recent years were of kidnappings and abduction, rapes, domestic violence, acid attacks, dowry deaths and assaults. The northern state of Uttar Pradesh, which is India's most populous with 240 million people, consistently tops the list of worst states. Notable, however, unlike many other historic religions worldwide, within the principles of Sikhi as laid down by Guru Nanak, the equality of men and women is embedded within Sikhism. Sikh history has also recorded the role of women, portraying them as equals to men in service, devotion, sacrifice and bravery. You've been watching Satluj TV News. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And of course, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below. Or why not drop us a direct message at message@satlujtv.com. We do like to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. For Satluj TV News, I'm Angus Scott in London.